Hello everyone, welcome back to Edgewater and welcome back to Generations. It has been a few weeks and I apologise for that. I have been rather under the weather with a bit of a bad cold and flu, so I am feeling way better now. So we are back. So let's remind ourselves what we did last time. We have got our wheat and our peas and our corn planted in the ground. They need a little bit more fertilisation at some point. They're all on 50% at the moment. But we have 60 cows now in the shed as well, and they are doing really, really well, generating some milk already, so we can start to sell that, but they are getting through food at a rate of knots. So we want to top up our silo, which is just over there through the trees, and to do that, you remember at the end of the last episode, we had purchased ourselves a forage harvester and trailer, so we are going to dive straight in a little minute and get started with that, with a nice big farmall, good horsepower on that to pull this. But we've got this Tarrap chopper here, which will straight away cut the grass and throw it into the box. So no mowing first, no windrowing or tedding needed. We're just going to go straight in and cut it. I'm not sure if it's the quickest method, but it will give us grass quickly into that silo. So we'll jump in, we'll get started with that, and we'll see how we get on. We've got the two grass fields, one just over there by the bunker, so that's one we'll start at, and then we've got the big grass field down at the far end. I'm undecided yet whether or not we'll mow that and pick it up the other way, or we'll go with this method, because it is quite a big field. We'll try this smaller field first, see how we get on, and if it feels like it's going at a decent pace, we will stick with it. So let's get over, let's get into the field, let's start things up and we'll go from there. It's nice to be back actually, I have to say. I've missed playing on this series, it's been something I've been really enjoying, so I hope you guys aren't too frustrated that I've not been able to get on the last few weeks. But we're back now and we'll throw ourselves into it with some enthusiasm again. So now the challenge with this is very narrow. So it could take quite a long time. It's interesting to see how quickly it will fill up the trailer as well. We have got a good crop of grass on here, if you can see. We're getting 150% positive on our crop rotation, so we've got a big yield bonus there. So we'll see how we get on. It is only fertilised 50%. I could have fertilised this a little bit more, but too late for that now. We'll maybe remember that for next time. We do have some manure now being produced by the cows as well, so we could utilise some of that. But let's spin up our chopper. There we go. Lower it down. Oh, it was already lowered. There you go. And let's see how we get on. The propensity to miss a lot of grass here could be high, because it is, like I said, a very narrow cut width. So we could be quite scrappy in the field. But we'll see how we get on, shall we? What I'm going to do is run at the outside like this, so we've got an edge to run against. Maybe 2 rounds anti-clockwise, and then we'll maybe turn around and run clockwise, so we're not running on the grass. One of the challenges here is running on the grass when you're mowing direct. There we go. Interestingly, it's not taking the grass at the edge, it's only taking the field grass, which is interesting. So, not a problem though, happy with that. We're 3% full already, so there's some leftovers from last time. We'll ignore those because it is a mower rather than a pickup header. But things are looking alright just now. Right, we'll do these laps and then we'll maybe come back and get ourselves set up for the rest of the field. we've done 3 laps actually in the end, and it seemed to be going quite well there. What I'm going to do now is turn around and run it. What we might do is put a worker on this, do it on a spiral course, and then it will always stay on the inside. I'm not sure how good that'll work, but we shall definitely give it a try. Only 6,000 litres in the trailer actually, so 25% from those 3 headlands. In fact, what I'm going to just do now, see if we can drop this off, and then we'll start with an empty trailer to get the rest of the field done. Let's see if the trigger is good on this. I think it should be okay. Go. We'll unload this. There we go. That's unloading now, and we'll give it the best chance of finishing the field. But it feels like there's not a big crop off this compared to last time. We got quite a lot off this last time, so I'm intrigued slightly. But let's go. Let's see what we can do. So there's our little challenge now. We have got Courseplay Unload Combine as our only option, so it looks like we're going to have to drive this one by hand, which is fine. It will take us a little bit longer, but it's not even giving me a standard worker option here. It is genuinely just giving us the Unload Combine rather than anything else. So I think we'll just have to give it a go by hand, but that's okay. We better push on with it. I can see it taking us a while because this tractor does not move particularly fast. I've already made a decision. We are not doing the big field at the back like this. It's just too time consuming. This is handy if you need some grass very quickly for the cows, but actually I think mowing it and windrowing it and then using a pickup wagon is a lot more efficient. Just you could have more than one person on it, you can get some helpers on it and working that way, whereas this is whilst handy and quick to get set up, seems to run very slowly. Now, I wonder if you did a test and run them side by side, how quickly it would be, but it just feels quite slow at the moment. We've been at this now for nearly 30 minutes, and we've only got half the field done, so I suppose maybe that's just the way it is. It just takes time to do stuff with this older machinery, with such a narrow width of the chopper. But we'll push on here, we'll get this done. Let's just open the HUD as well. You can see there we've only got 12,000 litres, so the crop's not huge off this field either. So we're probably barely going to fill a trailer. But that's okay as well. It's a nice option to have available to us. Now, one thing that's quite nice, now let's assume that I did need to go and unload the trailer. One thing I do like about this is the fact that if I went to here, I think it is, and power it down just a second and then hit the unload button, look, you can drive off, leave the mower or the chopper exactly where it is in the field. We will go and unload this just for a bit of fun, and then when you get back to it you just hook back up and you're in exactly the same point that you needed to be, without having to kind of realign your rows or anything like that. That's a nice touch, quite a nice clever bit of tech that. And you don't have to unhitch your trailer from your chopper and then do it all that way. So yeah, I like that, nice touch. Just pick it back up and pick up where you left off. So let's get this unloaded and then we'll push on with the rest of this field, and yeah, we've got a few other jobs to do after that as well, so we'll chat to you in a bit. Okay, here we are. Last little bits to be done here. 11,500 litres in the trailer. Probably about the same we've unloaded already. I would say maybe a full trailer load, if nothing more than that, out of this field. No, it's quite a big trailer, don't get me wrong, but that's not the hugest harvest we've had ever off this field. So, but it all counts, right? It all goes towards feeding the cows. So we've got that done. Let's just grab these little straggly bits here, and we are done. But yeah, definitely a time-consuming job, this one. So I think when we go over to the bigger field at the far end, we'll definitely go back to the mower and do it that way. Like I said before, we can run 2 or 3 implements at a time as well. We can use some workers and get them sorted. Now, if this worked as a mower in course play, you could have left this running as well and gone off and done some other stuff, but unfortunately the way it's set up, it recognises it as a combine, so or a pick up and collect course for a combine, so we are where we are with it. But there we go, job done. We'll lift it up, we'll get it unloaded here. It does need a wash. Now, something we don't have on the farm yet is a means of washing vehicles, because I also know the Fordson Major is rather muddy as well, so between us we definitely need to start cleaning some kit, so we might get a hose pipe or something installed to help us do that. But let's unload this into here at the same time. We can have a look in the silo. There we go, over 200,000 litres now, and this grass going in, a bit of the last trailer in there as well, and whatever we get out of this. 24,000, nearly 25,000 litres in total from today. So not bad at all. It's definitely going to keep the cows going for a bit longer. Okay, let's ditch this and move on to whatever we've got planned next. Right, couldn't do it any longer. Look, there is the Fordson Major covered in mud and the kit here. So we've got ourselves a hose. So we're going to wash this kit now. We're going to do the right thing. There we go. Shouldn't take too long to get these nice and shiny again. The actual dirt map on this chopper is really nice. Less so on the trailer. But it's actually quite a fun little mod, this, I would say. The tractor done as well. That doesn't seem to have caught the dirt as much. There we go. Trailer just about clean as well. That's looking a lot better. Brilliant. Okay. We'll do the Fordson Major when we need it next. So let's get this parked up a little bit out of the way. Not sure when we'll next use it. We'll get it parked up, and then we're going to address that 50% fertilization challenge that we've got on our other fields. Right, tractor done. So, I think we're going to get the liquid sprayer out next. Crops are a little bit higher now, so running the old dry box over them maybe not the smartest thing to do. So, we will get this filled up and we'll dive into the crops. I think all of the fields need doing. Let's just jump into the mini-map and check. There's our 3 fields with the crops in. There's our wheat. There's our peas. And there is our corn. And there you go. We're not using precision farming, of course, so you can see there all 4 fields, all five, including the grass we've just cut there, all on 50% fertilised. So I think it's quite a big job here to get all of these fields done. Particularly we'll start with 14, 15 and 16 because they've got the crops in. Grass in 17 could be sprayed at some point, but at the moment they're the priority. So let's get that done. Now the nice thing about this sprayer is a 9 metre width, so it should get through stuff relatively quickly. And it doesn't need a lot of horsepower to run it. So we've got pretty much pick of the crop when it comes to tractors here. So I'm going to just decide what I go for. I might go for the 710 actually. That could be quite a nice combo. Let's get it fired up anyway. And let's go and get things filled up. Another dirty tractor though, we'll wash this as well. There we go, start as we mean to go on. Now, I did have a comment actually in the last few days from somebody saying that the seed boxes and the totes that I've got over there, or the seed bags and the fertilizer bags I've got over there, are quite modern and probably not in keeping with the era. I am inclined to agree with that wholeheartedly. I probably should have used bags for the seed rather than that. But in terms of liquid fertilizer, I think we're limited with choices, so I think we'll just have to use totes, which are down the side of the shed here. Oh, there we go. Let's get that filled up. Capacity wise, this takes about 1,000 litres, which is a decent capacity. Now, how quickly that'll get lost on the field, I don't know. We'll soon find out. But let's give it a little go, shall we? Now, we do have the classic challenge here of working out where we've sprayed and where we haven't. So we're just going to have to take our chances, I think. No spot spraying here. We're getting everything drenched. Right, field 1 done. Quite difficult to see where you're going, which is fine, because actually we're going to put a worker on the next couple of fields and get them sorted in there. In terms of usage, not bad actually. Only just over 25% used there. So what we'll do, we'll fill up before we go into the big fields, but I'm quietly confident we could get through at least one of those fields without a fill up. We shall see though. I'm going to count my chickens before they're hatched, but let's get this topped back up and let's get into the field of peas. Right, here we go, our last little pass on the field of peas. That didn't take too long at all. There we go, all folded up. If I pull up the HUD now, look, 43% left, so that's actually pretty good. So we'll go and fill this up, and we'll dump into the last field of corn there. Right, here we go, quick refill. And then we'll be on our way again. Right, here we are. Last field that needs doing. It seemed to work quite well last time with a helper, so we will do that again. I will just get into the field so we don't clip the fence. And away we go. Well, here we go, last pass. That's gone very smoothly. It's quite nice in this field as well, because you can see the bits you've done and the bits you haven't done. So, yeah, that's like changing soil texture or soil colour when you've applied the fertilizer. Is very handy indeed. But we'll roll up to the end here. There's a couple of little bits I might just get right as we entered the field. There's a little triangle on the turn there that I missed, so I'll maybe get that. And then we are done, and we can head back to the yard. So that's been pretty useful day's work, I think. We've got enough grass in the silo now, and we've got all our fields at 100% fertilisation, except for that grass field at the end there. I am aware of that. Well, folks, I think we'll call it there for this episode. Thank you for your patience over the last couple of weeks and the lack of episodes. Hopefully we're back into the swing of things now, and we'll get a few knocked out over the next few weeks. But much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying this still. We will progress this over time as well. So new equipment and new eras coming over the next few weeks and months as well. But for now, from me, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.